Aburizal Valdi, representative of UPN Veteran Yogyakarta for pemilihan mahasiswa berprestasi 2016. And this is my idea. Okay, if we talk about energy, of course we will talk about oil. But since 2003, Indonesia is not exporting country anymore because our oil consumption is higher than the oil production itself. So I think government have to think about another alternative energy, such as geothermal, that we have 40% of world geothermal resources, or natural gas, and also the most interesting one is coal-bed methane, or we usually call gas metana Batubara. So if we talk about Indonesia potential in CBM, you know Indonesia in the number 6 of world biggest CBM resources, and if we calculate it's about 453 trillion cubic feet, and it is 3 times bigger than unconventional gas or conventional gas. So I think that's a good condition and good time to develop CBM in Indonesia. So what is actually CBM? CBM, or coal-bed methane, is a kind of a natural gas that composed mainly of methane and derived from the processing of coal formation. In CBM, the coal formation acts as a source rock and also the reservoir. Different with the conventional gas reservoir, which is the gas was stored in the pore volume, in the CBM reservoir, the gas was absorbed in the micropore of the coal formation. At the very first time, the CBM reservoir mainly consists of water and gas. So in order to produce the CBM from reservoir, the first thing we have to do, we have to decrease the reservoir pressure by pumping out the water from the reservoir to the surface, while the gas will produce to the surface. So that's the idea, we have to choose the artificial lift pumping out the water, because the dewatering process is the most important in CBM production. So what is the main problem? The main problem in producing CBM in Indonesia is we have to deal with the immature coal formation that have a very low permeability and resulting in a very low water production and very low bottom hole pressure. So in order to produce the CBM in Indonesia, we have to choose the most suitable artificial lift or pump in order to pump out the water from the reservoir to the surface. And this is the example of artificial lift itself, called Sakarot pump. In order to choose the artificial lift for CBM operation, we have to consider to the problem that will happen when we produce the water from the reservoir to the surface, such as high solid production, high gas liquid ratio, and also the variable water rate. There's a lot of artificial lift that used in Indonesia right now, such as Sakrot pump, electric semi-submersible pump, linear rod pump, and also progressive cavity pump. But when we produce the CBM from immature coal formation, we have to deal with some additional problem that will happen, such as low water inflow or low water production, low net positive suction head, and also the artificial lift that we use right now is the oversized pump. For example, the minimum capacity is 50 barrel water per day, but the water inflow is just 5 barrel water per day. That's the problem that we try to solve in this paper. And this is the answer of the problem: Plunger-Enhanced chamber lift. In this research, we use 2 kind of methodologies. The first one was a literature study, and the second one was the laboratory simulation. The first one was a literature study. We want to know the cost estimation, the tool itself, and then the applicability of the tool, and also we want to conclude that this tool is suitable for the CBM well configuration. And then the second one was the simulation study. We use software to know the requirement of gas, requirement of pressure that we will use in the PECL for produce the water from the CBM well. Okay, after all of the research, we can conclude that the PECL or Plunger-Enhanced chamber lift was applicable and suitable for CBM well configuration, and also can solve the problem which is producing CBM from the immature coal formation, because we solve the problem itself, which is high solid production, variable water rate, and also the high liquid gas ratio. And also we solve the problem or the additional problem, which is very low water production and very low bottom hole pressure. And then the second conclusion will be, with use this tool, with use the PECL, it requires the very low initial investment cost and also low operational cost. So I hope with this tool can unlock the energy or unlock the CBM potential in Indonesia and can use massively in Indonesia and get the better energy sustainability for Indonesia.